Welcome to Sunday School.
We hope you have a great time with us this morning.
Hello everyone, welcome to Sunday School. Today we're going to have a look at a time in Jesus' life that we don't think about very much. We spend quite a lot of time, particularly at Christmas, thinking about the time when he was a baby, like on this lovely Christmas card that I got. And then we spend most of the rest of the year thinking about the time when he was a grown-up. But what about all that time in between? Well, we know from the story of the wise men that when he was a toddler, his parents had to escape to Egypt with him to take him away from the evil King Herod who wanted to kill him. But fortunately, he survived that, and his mum and dad were able to bring him back to live in their usual hometown, which was called Nazareth. So today's video is a little bit about before he went to Egypt, when he was still a baby, and a bit more about the time when he lived in Nazareth. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll speak to you again after that.
Come and see Jesus, the Son. This is Jesus. Heyo! Jesus is the Son of God and the Savior of the world. Jesus was born in Bethlehem in a barn because there was no room in the inn for him. After Jesus was born, his mother, Mary, and her husband, Joseph, took Jesus to the temple in Jerusalem. There was a man named Simeon who loved God. God has told Simeon that he would meet the Savior before he died. When Mary and Joseph arrived at the temple, Simeon was there.
Oh my!
When Simeon saw Jesus, he took him in his arms and blessed him.
Thank you.
He knew that this was the promised child who would save them all.
It's true.
Mary and Joseph were amazed at his words. There was also a woman named Anna in the temple. When she saw the baby that Simeon was holding and heard all that he had said, she gave thanks to God and told everyone that the Savior had come.
Yeah!
When everything had been done as God commanded, Mary and Joseph went home to Nazareth. Jesus grew up. He became strong and filled with wisdom, and the favor of God was upon him. Every year, Jesus' parents traveled to Jerusalem for a festival. When Jesus was 12,
Come on!
they went just like every other year. But when the festival was over and Mary and Joseph were traveling back home,
Jesus? Jesus! Do you know? Nope. Uh-oh.
they realized that Jesus was not with them.
Uh-oh.
Come on!
So they returned to Jerusalem to look for him.
This song, his name is Jesus.
I haven't seen him!
They searched everywhere.
Jesus! Not Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus!
After 3 days, they found him in the temple. Jesus was sitting among the religious teachers, listening to them and asking them questions.
Jesus!
Hey, Mom!
When Mary and Joseph found him, they said, "Why have you done this? We've been searching for you everywhere." But Jesus said, "Why did you look for me? Didn't you know I would be here in my Father's house?"
Huh?
But his parents didn't understand what he meant. So Jesus left with them
See you later!
Bye, Jesus.
and came back to Nazareth, where he obeyed them.
Hey.
Here you go!
And he continued to grow in wisdom and favor with God and man.
I always used to be puzzled about that story. I wondered how Jesus' mum and dad had not even noticed that he was missing for 3 days. But of course, I guess if it was like festivals I'd been to, that what was happening was that he was coming home at tea time and sleeping in the tent or wherever they were staying, having a good breakfast with them, and then he'd be going out for the day. And his mum and dad thought he was going off to play with his friends, or maybe going to the children's activities if they had those things back in Jerusalem. But instead he was going to the temple. At any rate, when they did find him, Jesus felt that they should have known that he was in the temple. And he said something strange. He said, "Didn't you know that I will be in my Father's house?" And that's because even then, Jesus knew that he was the Son of God, not just an ordinary human being like us. And his mum and dad didn't know that as well, but I guess at that point they'd forgotten it. I think after that they would have always told Jesus to tell them very carefully exactly where he was going whenever he went out. And probably they got on a lot better at Nazareth after that with him doing that. To help us think about the story, I've done a hide and seek game. Now the first attempt was going to be with chocolate coins, but the problem is I ate those, so I've had to think of another plan. So I've now done a hide and seek game with this little bone, and I think I know just the dog who might like to look for it. Pleased to say that Wuffles finally found his bone. Do you want to put that down so that you can talk to people? Okay. So, did you find it difficult? Was it hard trying to find the bone? Yeah, it was very difficult. It took him a long time to find the bone. So anyway, I'm glad you got it eventually. Why don't you try doing a hide and seek game with somebody in your house? Decide what you're going to hide first and then get the other person to try and find it. Maybe you could give them a challenge. They've got to find it in so many minutes. Then they could hide it as well, and then you can look for it. Well, have fun with your hide and seek activities at home. Next, we're going to have a listen to a song. And while this song is on, I want you to have a think about what we've learned today. And that Jesus wasn't just a good man, or not even just a wise man, that he was also the Son of God. And that means he's the most important person. Yes, the most important person that's ever lived on the earth. So enjoy the song, and next month David and then myself will be back with some more Sundays Cool. Bye for now.
Cause Lord, you brought heaven to earth. Angels sang at your birth. Glory, glory, glory in the highest. The child of a carpenter, the very Son of God you are. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus of Nazareth. 'Cause I was born, and I was born to follow you. You filled the darkness with light. You opened the eyes of the blind. Glory, glory, glory in the highest. Took the stone from a Pharisee. sinner, pour oil on your feet. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus of Nazareth. And I was born, 'cause I was born to follow you. Let's sing it again. And I was born to follow you. Believed in me when I was lost. Surrendered your love at the cross. Worthy, worthy, worthy is the Lamb of God. Even the demons believe, 'cause you are the risen King of Kings. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus of Nazareth. And I was born to follow you. Yes, I was, Lord. I was born to follow you. And I was born to follow you.